Well, I think the show has unearthed a whole bunch of people that would not normally get on TV. That's been really good, you know, from the tap dancers to little singers, old people. So it has unearthed a lot of talent, and people have come up to me in the street and said, you know, people like Edward, fantastic, love him. Didn't go any further, but he's had his moment on TV. So I think as a talent quest, that's really done very well.
There's been a few people this week that have made some comments about the two that went through from last week. Last week was a pretty tough round. I mean, there's a wide variety of acts, and yet the two acts that went through, you've got a karaoke singer and a dog act.
You can't quote a karaoke singer.
She's got a great voice, sure.
Yeah.
You know, and no disrespecting to the acts themselves, but as far as the rest of the acts that are there, how did you kind of feel? I mean, what was your kind of response seeing the two acts that went through as opposed to some of the other acts that were left?
I was pretty. I wasn't surprised. I thought that a lot of people would vote for her, and she did really well. I was pleased the public saw a potential in her voice. You know, it's a big blues voice, I said on camera. I thought that Kent was the one that I was most surprised about last week. I thought he would really get into the top three.
Well, he was actually topping our poll, so...
Was he?
Yep.
Yeah, well, he was great. He was really fantastic, you know. So, look, I'm overall though pretty happy with, very happy with the public's voting so far. And it's really hard. It's been hard for us during auditions to work out, you know, between the dog, the little kid, the jugglers, you know, that's just what the show is, you know.
Yeah. No, for sure. And how do you think that the series is going overall?
Well, I know that it's already delivered a Cume audience to Prime of more than 1 million people. It's quadrupled their night's ratings, and it's definitely getting lots of water cooler talk, you know. So I think it's done really well, and I all power to the people that commissioned it.
And
go, Karen Bolesky! Well done, Karen Bolesky!
we're looking at a second series yet?
Oh, you know, I don't make those decisions.
No, but would you be back for a second one if there was?
Oh, I'd be back in a heartbeat. Yeah. It's been a lot of fun, and it's just been, as I've said before, media, it's a really generous show. And at the moment, though, I'm feeling it's a little bit harder to distinguish who's actually got the real talent and who just had that minute 30 on the audition stage. Because really, I can see some people crumbling now a little bit under pressure. And tonight's going to be an example of that, I think.
We'll look forward to that then. So, I guess talent, being on the other side of the judging desk, how's that feel?
It's been great actually, and I've learned a lot in the process from other talent and watching that process and being on the other side and learning not only the empathy factor but also just being humbled by how much talent is actually out there.
And how are you finding the live shows compared with just the audition rounds? Much difference or? Very different
because now that it's up to the audience, really, that's huge for me because I walk on the set every time and I'm so nervous because I don't know, especially on those Tuesday live results shows, I have no idea how it's going to go. And I might have my favourites in my head, but you know, that could be quite different to what the New Zealand audience is voting as well.
When you're out and about, have you had many people coming up and talking about the show and making comment and abusing you, or?
Yeah, pretty much. I stand in like queues and people start auditioning again. I say, you have to wait till next year. Series 2, hold that thought. People just bust out auditions on the street in the middle of the road. It's quite funny.
Excellent. So next year, the second series, you'd definitely be back for another go?
Absolutely.
How are you finding the series?
It's quite challenging coming up with variations on what you can say to people, good or bad, about their performance or their personality or charm or charisma. It's pretty good fun though overall.
What's kind of your game plan for it? Like, what would be leading up for today? What would be the things that you do to prepare yourself for a judging?
Well, preparation-wise, I actually have DVDs of the auditions. So I go back and look at the audition and I make notes for self about the kind of key points about the performer or what they're doing. Then I have a second look at them in rehearsal. So then, instead of talking to you right now, I'd be sitting in my little portacom making notes about their style, or whether they've progressed, or whether they've raised the level of the game, their song choice, or some finer points of their performance. So I'm kind of got a little armory of thoughts and ideas in the back of my mind, but having got that, I try and be fairly spontaneous and react to what happens on the night, you know.
Cool. Now, a second season, you know, there's a lot of people that have loved the show. How do you feel about coming back if there was another one?
Well, first of all, they need to kind of ask me first. I don't know if they will. I've enjoyed it. I think a second series could be good because I think the first series will kind of flush a lot of people out of the woodwork, you know, and they'll see the show and think, I can do better than that. So I think it could be really beneficial to everyone if we do it. I think it's doing well for Prime, so who knows.